We're going to explain how to find cells with errors in your spreadsheet. This is super useful for catching mistakes and ensuring your data is accurate. There are several ways to do this, depending on the type of spreadsheet software you're using, like Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, or LibreOffice Calc. The basic methods are similar across all of them. Step 1. Visual inspection. The simplest way is to carefully look at your spreadsheet. Errors often show up as obvious things like #div 0, #value, #ref, #name, #na, or similar error messages. These are error codes that tell you what kind of error occurred. For example, #div 0 means you tried to divide by 0. If you see these, you'll need to figure out why they appeared and correct the underlying issue. 2. Using error. Checking tools. Most spreadsheet programs have built-in error checking. In Excel, you might find options under the Formulas tab, often related to error checking. Google Sheets has similar functionality, often accessible from the Data menu or through a visual indicator in the cell. These tools will often highlight cells containing errors, sometimes providing suggestions on how to fix them. Take advantage of this. These tools often automatically detect the most common error types. 3. Conditional formatting. This powerful tool allows you to highlight cells based on certain criteria. You can set up a rule to highlight cells containing any error. The exact steps depend on your software, but generally, you'll go to a conditional formatting section and create a new rule. Select a rule that checks for errors and apply it to your data range. This visually flags every cell with an error, making it easy to spot. 4. Using the iSerror function, or similar, spreadsheet programs offer functions specifically designed to check for errors. In Excel and Google Sheets, the iSerror function returns true if a cell contains an error and false otherwise. You can use this in a formula to create a helper column that indicates which cells have errors. For example, if your data is in column A, you could enter iSerror A1 in cell B1 and drag it down. This will display true for cells with errors and false otherwise. Similar functions exist for identifying specific error types, like ISNA, which checks specifically for #NA errors. 5. Data validation. Prevent errors before they happen. Data validation lets you set rules for what kind of data can be entered into a cell. For example, you can prevent users from entering text into a column that should contain only numbers, helping avoid certain types of errors from the start. This is an important preventative measure. By combining these methods, you can systematically identify and correct errors in your spreadsheet, ensuring data accuracy and reliability. Remember to always double-check your work and understand what the error messages mean. Don't just blindly correct the error, find the root cause to prevent it from happening.